School can be tough, but imagine how much tougher it is for those living with challenges, certain challenges.
Especially if they're not given the special attention that they may need. Did you know the statistics show more than 60,000 school-aged kids are blind? But one woman has made it her mission to help them succeed, and she says she helps mostly because she knows the struggles firsthand. When Lourdes Morales was just a kid, doctors said she had a genetic condition that would make her blind.
It wasn't until I was in 10th grade that I started noticing that I couldn't read exams.
Lourdes was legally blind, and the once-star student found it hard to keep up.
I almost dropped out of school.
But special tools like electronic magnifiers helped her through high school and college. Today, she's a third-year graduate student.
My dream was computer engineering because I just really liked computers.
Now, as part of her thesis, Lourdes is helping other blind students. Most, like Caitlin Hernandez, who's been blind her whole life, can type well. But formatting a document is difficult when you can't see.
You've never seen a pamphlet or a resume. You don't know what's supposed to be centered and what's supposed to jump out at you.
What you would probably think is this person didn't put in the time or effort to do this properly.
So Lourdes is developing software to help blind students format documents. The program tells users exactly where certain layout changes are needed.
So see, it tells them in paragraph number 1, sentence number 1.
More than 6.7 million people in the U.S. suffer from some degree of blindness. Only about 12% of them have a bachelor's degree. Lourdes hopes to make getting a higher education more attainable for those with the disability.
I almost dropped out of school. I almost did not get this chance, but I did because I had these tools that were there for me.
She's hoping the tools she creates will help others see their true potential. Now, Lourdes has also been involved with several other projects to help people with all kinds of disabilities. She's worked on a game to help stroke survivors learn math, narrated a game to help kids perform physical therapy after cleft palate surgery, and she has performed users tests on a vibrating belt that was developed by Toyota to help blind people navigate.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible?
That is incredible. Well, some teachers have a tough time getting through to their students. Take Cynthia Chavez, for instance. She landed a job as a 7th grade science teacher in the Baltimore City School District back in 2008. Now, even though she was young, smart, and passionate about teaching, Cynthia found it was nearly impossible to engage her preteen students until she found some common ground.
Here, step up.
Inside a makeshift studio in a Baltimore community center, this group needs music, a mirror, and room to move.
We learn a little bit of b-boying.
We can do whacking. Whacking is just stuff like that. And rolling, it's like that old school, that funk kind of feel.
Old style if you mean the past decade or so.
It's this new art form that's coming up.
7 years ago, Cynthia Chavez was a new teacher trying to relate to her students. She found her way in doing a hip-hop routine at her school talent show.
The students just loved it because they've never seen a teacher that one of their teachers dance hip-hop before.
When students asked to dance with her, Cynthia knew she was onto something. She started a hip-hop club at her middle school, which grew quickly.
We're called the Baltimore Dance Crews Project. This is your crew, this is your family. You look out for them, you support them.
Ms. Chavez is like our mom, so it's that type of relationship.
For former ballerina 13-year-old Eva Wise, hip-hop and the dance project helped her fit in.
Her self-esteem has gone up. She's made the honor roll.
What we realized is that it wasn't only an opportunity for students to build relationships with their teachers, it was an opportunity for them to build positive relationships with other peers.
5, 6, 7, 8.
The Baltimore Dance Crews Project has grown from the first club with 4 students to 2 school teams and an adult team traveling to regional hip-hop conventions and working on traveling nationally. Cynthia Chavez says the focus remains on improving academics, relationships, and fitness.
Got to keep that focus.
You do.
Keep that focus. Well, keeping focus is a big part of being a working mom. You're juggling so much, so still ahead on Delmarva Life, the struggle to have it all, a job, a family, community involvement. Find out one woman's secret to making it all work.
And part of that is choosing what's best for your family. Now, many moms are choosing not to give their kids traditional cow's milk. WBOC's Alice Davis joins us to talk about some alternatives and whether or not they're necessarily healthier choices.
But first, we need our second clue in today's search for Stryker. Sean, what do you got for us?
All right, guys. Well, throughout its history, there were several major forms of transportation used by this town. But the first major form of transportation was the use of the Vines Branch Canal. The other two came a little later on and were a railroad and a highway. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.